Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome to the live reading. Please let me know if you can hear me well. Okay. Hi Sherida. Hi Mariam. Hi Nate. Hi Judy. Hi HI. Okay. Everything is well. All right. So hello everyone. Welcome to the first live reading for the full moon session. The full moon was on 6th of October. I know I was a little bit late to get into the live reading. So this is going to be the first live reading. I'm going to be doing other two, going to be tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening. So this is going to be the first one. In case you missed this one, you can join out the other two that I'll be doing tomorrow. So I'm just going to explain a little bit quickly on how this live readings works. So this is a free and donation based live reading, which means that I'll be answering free questions after I'm done with the donation list. So please kindly be patient and just like post your questions once in a while. Once I'm done with the donation list, I'll definitely go through it. And if you are not able to type in your question, that basically means that you haven't subscribed just yet. So just click on the subscribe and wait for around 5 to 10 minutes. You will be able to post your questions after that. All right. So I think that's all. Just be patient. I'll definitely get to you. All right. So I'm going to start doing the donation list. Hi Amelia, I'm doing good. Hope you are well. Alright, so Asia. Okay, so like your first question, what is the message regarding Sharif? It's quite interesting. I've got true love coming in for you right away here, Asia. So let's just see here. Okay, so quite interesting message that I've got for you here, Asia, regarding Sharif here. I've got letting go coming up here. I've also got true love energy coming in here, behind a mask and family, as well as present power. I'm getting coming up quite strongly for you here, with the overall energy, fragmented energy coming up. So to answer your question, is this person your true soul connection? Like, do both of you have a very strong soul connection? Yeah, I would definitely say yes. I've got again the huge confirmation coming up here right away, Asia. But I've also got letting go energy coming up here. Now, with this letting go energy and behind a mask here, as well as the fragmented energy, this is basically his energy coming in here quite strongly. I do not see him being in a relationship with someone else. I do not see any third party at this point of time, or even like in the past when I did a reading for you regarding you and Sharif. I've never seen any third party energy coming up here. But the major problem, or the major how do I say it here? Challenge or unbalance or blockage energy that I would say coming up here quite strongly from Sharif has always been the way that he's handling himself, the way that he is handling his emotion. Because at this point of time here with Sharif, I'm getting a very strong energy of someone who is rather play the waiting game, I would say here, rather than coming to you and approaching you here properly. This is basically also referring to the communication between both of you here as well, Asia. So what happens here is that he would just rather sit there and then like keep everything, keep his emotion within himself, like within himself, instead of just like approaching you. And it's not only like related to you as well. When it comes into his own healing, this is also happening to him. So with this letting go energy coming up here, he has a lot of things that he needs to let go first before actually ready to be in a relationship with you, before actually ready to be moving forward with you. Because honestly, yes, both of you have a very, very strong soul connection here. This is something that I cannot deny. Even in the past readings, that this is always has been constant coming up here for you. But at the same time here, just because both of you have soul connection does not mean that both of you are meant to be together at this particular point of time. You are here currently healing, you are here currently moving forward on how to be better within yourself here. But on the other side here, Sharif is still dealing with his like with his emotion, is still dealing with all of this pain and trauma. Because at this point of time within himself here, I'm getting this very strong fragmented energy coming up here, Asia. So there are a lot of things going on with him at this time. So even though both of you, yes, like both of you do have a very strong soul connection, is now the right timing. Because I've also got the present power coming up here. Is at this particular point of time, like I'm talking about the present time here, it's now the right time for both of you to be together. I'm not getting a very strong yes at this particular moment. But moving forward to the future here, yes, because I've also got a very strong family energy coming up here. Now with this family energy that I've got coming up for you here, I do see that both of you here definitely have family issues and family trauma, childhood trauma, like family upbringing, starting up from the beginning. But you are at this point of time here healing those energy, healing those pain, healing those trauma. But he's not doing that just yet. Like he has this tendency to rush into things, which is what's currently going on with him at this particular point of time. With this Knight of Swords energy coming up, yeah, let's say if both of you are talking today, like at this particular point of time, the present time here, both of you talking, both of you communicating with each other here, both of you are going to be taking rush decision into moving forward, moving in with together, like getting back together and reconcile, reunion. But it's going to be a short-lived energy. Why is it? Because both of you have things that like things that you have to heal from within, especially coming up from himself here, which is why I've got the stuck energy coming in here. Now, another thing that I've got coming up for you here is that with this letting go energy, even though this is strongly his energy as well, this is also the message for you here, because now is not really the right timing for both of you to be together. There are a lot of stagnancy energy, which even if you choose to be in a relationship with him at this particular point of time, unless and until I won't say like he has to heal 100%, at least 50-60% that he has healed, or even like he has come into that healing mindset here, both of you can actually be together. Because both of you are, like progressing step by step. But I'm not getting that energy at this point of time from him. This is also why he's not messaging you just yet, or the communication hasn't happened just yet as well. So I feel like you can release him, in a sense that do not put yourself and do not put your life on hold. Here is the main message that I've got coming up for you here. Even though both of you have a very, very strong soul connection with one another, but that does not mean that you have to hold off your life. Like you don't have to like close yourself into the possibilities of meeting up other people. Please do not do that. I've also got the Eight of Pentacles energy coming up here with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Well, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, and then I've also got Ten of Cups energy coming in here as well. I do see a family happening to both of you. I do see like in the future both of you being a family in together again. With these two aces coming up, yeah, he's definitely going to be opening up himself, going through the healing. Like just what you are going through at this point of time, you realize the importance of healing within yourself. Yeah, the same thing as well will be happening to him, which is why I've got the Eight of Pentacles energy coming in here as well, where both of you will definitely make a decision to work in with each other, like working together here, reassessing everything, like fixing up everything here together is what I'm getting coming up here, Asia. So that's it for your first question. Let's see your next question. All right, so you did a reading. Show true man in the middle. Show me that one. I would actually have to agree with the mess. I mean, like the one that you said here. Once you moved into a more positive mindset about everything, men will be fighting over you. Definitely, I think I'm not sure if I've already mentioned this, but I do get a very very strong energy of like pretty much soon. You know, like you will definitely make a choice. Like you will definitely have more than one choice, I would say here. But it's not only about making up a choice. Like even at this particular point of time here, Asia, you've already seen people. I mean, like you've already seen like men coming in and out of your life. You know, it's just like a matter of when. It's just a matter of time when you can see like someone is actually staying in your life here. But when it comes into like love life, when it comes into relationship energy here, you will definitely be having more men coming in and out your life, in and out of your life here. But it's not like about how do I it's not about that. It's not about like short-lived energy, but you will have more people that you can choose from here. Like you will have like many people approaching you, many people chasing you here. Even though at this particular point of time you might not be seeing a lot more suitors, I would say here, even though you might not be seeing like a lot more movement when it comes into the love situation. Now it's not only about positive mindsets here. First of all here is that I'm getting this very strong freedom energy coming up for you here. Live wild and free, choose your freedom, claim your independence. And then I've also got the Nine of Wands energy coming in here as well. Now with this Nine of Wands energy that I've got coming up for you here, Asia, this is more of like being or feeling, I won't say defensive. You, without you even realizing here, you are putting up a defensive wall up surrounding yourself. You actually may realize it here as well. I've got the Page of Pentacles energy coming up here. So on one side, you are manifesting, like you are focusing on manifesting abundance into your life. May not necessarily be in terms of your love situation, but abundance when it comes into like generally in your life here. Money, abundance, friends, family, I would say here. So at and at the same time here is that on the other side here you have this doubt within yourself here. Am I worth it? Like can I actually deserve this to come to me? So there is this defensive wall up surrounding yourself. Like you are still putting up some fences around yourself here, Asia. This is where the positive mindset come in. This is not only about thinking positive, because I feel like you've done a tremendously good job on like healing and thinking positive within yourself here. But at the same time here is that you have this either knowingly or unknowingly, like intentionally or unintentionally, you're putting up this fence around yourself here. This is what you need to be working on here, on releasing it slowly is what I'm getting coming up here. And with this freedom and the Queen of Wands energy coming up here, you have to embrace yourself, because as this Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups energy here, this is how people are viewing you here, Asia. You are coming up as someone who is, I mean, like when other people see you here, they are seeing someone who actually have gotten everything together within themselves. You are vibrating with that energy here, Asia. Like like someone who actually have the power, like someone like okay, I've got everything I need here. Like I'm working in power, I'm working in confidence. Like that kind of energy is what other people seeing from you. But you are still doubting that here as well. Like you're still like not entirely sure whether you actually deserve that, whether you actually can like can attract all of this energy within yourself here. And then another thing that I've got coming up here is that opening up yourself, opening up your heart chakra again, coming back to this fence, coming up to this wall that you've been building up around yourself here. I've also got magic, and then I've got past life coming up here. Make a wish, believe in miracles, magic surrounds you. I've got past life coming in here as well. Release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past life will heal your vibration. You are already, like at this, you are already healing yourself at this particular point of time. So you're already on the right track. But I feel like the past is still something holding you back a little bit. I feel like this past energy that you are carrying within yourself is one of the reason why you feel like you are not confident enough within yourself here, Asia. So these are the few things that you can work on here to also embrace yourself, opening up yourself here when it comes into love energy. Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you so much for being patient. Yeah, being gentle with yourself, like you are progressing even though you might not be able to like see it, but you are definitely progressing. You're welcome. So let's see, Amelia. Amelia, you can post your question, please. Hi everyone who's just tuning in, welcome. Hi Ashwini, hi Salma, hi dear. We're just waiting in for Amelia to pose her question. How is everyone doing? Last new moon, not full moon, and also the Mercury retrograde. Okay, by me contacting him change things, or will it help open a form of communication? What is Jupiter and Mars? Okay, so let's see what is going on with you contacting him. Does it change anything? Does it change anything? No, not really. I mean, not really in the sense that it's not making things backward again, if that's what you mean here. Amelia, like things are definitely not moving backward again, because I've got the Ace of Swords energy coming up here and the Page of Swords energy coming in here as well. With the overall energy I've got here is the King of Pentacles, which is his energy coming up here, and then I've also got the Three of Swords and the Chariot energy coming in here as well. So first of all here is that the communication is definitely going to like keep on coming up here, like the communication is definitely going to be opening up a little bit more, where he is going to be initiating the conversation, where I've got the Ace of Swords coming up here as the center energy. But at the same time here I've also got the Page of Swords energy coming up here. So in the beginning, I would say here the next couple of days, or at least like until this Mercury retrograde coming up to the end, either he will be initiating the conversation, or like he will be checking out about you more. Like at this point of time, you're already opening up yourself here. And what is going on here is that I do see a very strong progress coming up here from the Two of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles. Progress is definitely going to be there. I've also got the Seven of Pentacles energy coming up here. What is going on at this particular point of time here as we are speaking? There is a very strong sadness and heartbreak energy, which is, I feel like, coming in here for both of you. You are also feeling up the same. He's also feeling up the same. Like he's also feeling up, like a little bit sad. You're also feeling up a little bit sad here. So both of you are almost feeling up the same thing. But for him here specifically, here he's actually dealing up with his ego a little bit more here as we are speaking at this particular point of time. And what do I mean by that here is that with his shadow energy coming up here, he's almost beating up himself here, like what I said to you, like earlier, uh, in like on the messenger. Like part of him here was expecting you to chase him a little bit more, but you didn't. I mean, he was already in that particular mindset that in the past, whenever he was silent, or whenever like he did something, you would always be the one who chased after him. But it did not happen now. And then part of him, what is going on here is that feeling a little bit of imbalance. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I should have just gone about it the other way, because now he feels that he was the one who's actually ruining up the chance, because you did not give him the benefit of, I mean, like, you are still giving him the benefit of the doubt, but this is more of like, okay, you are rude to me, I'm just not going to like communicate again. So this is what causing him to think that way. This is what causing him to feel like, okay, maybe I did something wrong. So from now on here, you will see him either checking you out, like directly checking you out here, or like trying to like message you. Basically, communication is definitely going to be happening. So it's not really changing anything into the, I mean, like, it's not really like moving things backward. It's definitely going to be opening up a lot more communication to happen in the future, where he is going to be initiating the conversation here, is what I'm getting, um, Amelia. So that's what I've got. Let's see any obstacles for. Okay, so for the next 2 weeks here, what is going on for both of you? So first of all, here I've got the Hermit energy. So at least I would say here the next couple of days, or I would say here like beginning of next week, I would say either like for this next couple of days, or like at least the beginning of next week, you may not hear from him, or you may not like seeing much thing going on here. I've got the Hermit energy coming up here quite strongly, and then I've also got the Hangman energy. So this is what is going on, like one by one. So first of all, here with this Hermit energy that I've got coming up here, the communication or things might not be kind of like within a temporary pause energy is what I'm getting coming up here. So this is what I'm getting at least for the next couple of weeks to the beginning of next week. And then I've got the Nine of Wands energy and the Hangman energy coming up here. Either the communication will pick up again towards the mid of next week, or either both of you are going to be facing, I'm getting like either a meeting up or communication will be happening here, like either accidentally bumping into one another, and then or just like communication coming up here, where you will feel like he will be communicating a little bit more open than what just happened earlier. But at the same time here is that there is going to be a little bit of passive aggressive that you can sense from him here, from him here as well. So towards the end of next week or mid of next week here, like either the communication is going to be happening, or both of you are going to be meeting up one another, like one by one is going to be happening from there. Like things are starting going to be picking up from there. But at the same time here, you are still going to sense a little bit of like passive aggressiveness, or just like what happened today, like that dryness energy you could actually still sense from him, because it's still coming out from the ego here. But and then after that, here towards the end of the second week, I would say here, or beginning of second week, I've got the Six of Wands energy coming up here. By then I think the Mercury retrograde is also already coming up to the end, the Six of Swords energy coming up here, and then I've also got the Knight of Pentacles energy coming in here as well. So things are definitely going to be starting to move forward from there. Here is what I'm getting. I think from starting up the end of second week here, with this Eight of Pentacles energy coming up here and the Queen of Cups energy coming up here, you will be more in control. The initiation will be done by him, but you will be in control here. And then I've also got the Eight of Pentacles energy coming up here. This is more of like both of you make a decision, like both of you will be like starting to work on things together. Here is what I'm getting coming up here. Moving moving forward is what I'm getting coming up here quite strongly, Amelia. So what are the obstacles? I don't really see any specific obstacles here. This is just from him, from his side here, like that passive aggressive, the ego energy would be there. But other than that, things are actually going to looking quite well for both of you. Just like that passive aggressiveness, like just like the same thing like what happened today, like that dryness could be that. But I think that's all. That is the major obstacle. And then the second one would be this next couple of days, or at least the beginning of next week. It might not be moving that much, like you might not be seeing like that much of movement, but after that things are definitely going to be picking up here, Amelia. So that's it for your reading. I hope it resonates. Thank you so much for your donation, and thank you so much for being patient. All right, let's see. I'm going to be updating the donation list. Okay, Quattro, I've already timestamped for you, so you can just like come back and check on that. Your first question: she reached out to you on Wednesday. What her intention? Let's see. Yes, Amelia. Communication will start, I would say, here by end of next week, and then like starting to pick up from there. Okay, first of all, here, Quattro, I'm getting that she's already starting to open up herself a little bit more here. I've got the Ace of Pentacles energy coming up, but at the same time, here, I'm also getting a little bit of ego is also still there, especially with this Knight of Wands energy. But on the positive note, she's definitely starting to open up herself a little bit more. I'm also getting the Ten of Wands energy and the Four of Cups energy coming up here. I think she will be, how do I say it here? Like after some time, you're going to see like she might be silent. I won't say ghosting you, but like she would text you, and then like after some time she would be silent, and then like kind of like waiting for you to, like starting up the communication, or waiting for you to pick up the things. Here is what I'm getting coming up. This is more of like a ego coming up here, but progress is definitely going to be there. Another thing that I've got coming up here with this Ten of Wands energy coming up here, feeling a little bit of overwhelmed energy coming up here as well. With this overwhelmed energy that I've got coming up, from her here, Quattro, this is nothing to do with you. I feel like this is something that is going on within herself here, like either a family or like a work situation coming up here. I've got increased energy coming in here as well as happy success energy coming up here. The only obstacle or the only downside that I'm getting coming up here is that the Four of Cups energy here, where she's still more into that overthinking energy, like she's still like still in that energy, like should I do this, should I not do this. So instead of like replying to you or instead of like initiating things here, she's just like going to be like keeping everything within herself and just kind of like thinking back and forth, should I do it, should I not do it. So the delay will be there. There's going to be like a delay coming up from there here. But with this increased energy coming up here, the communication is definitely going to be like keep on picking up between both of you here. Good thing, like I said before here, she's starting to already open up herself. She's like starting to entertain that idea. I would say here, okay, like I need to open up myself to him. I need to open up myself to the communication here, and then like slowly progressing from there here is what I'm getting. Overall energy that I've got coming up here is that happy success energy coming in here. I've also got the King of Swords. I've got the happy success energy coming up here. The communication will definitely be there, but you can still sense a little bit of ego energy, because even though she's opening up herself here, she's still coming up with a masculine energy. So that like bossiness, I would say here, or like wanting to be in control, that wanting to be in control energy coming up here quite strongly. I've also got the Ten of Pentacles energy coming up here. The intention that she has for you, I do not sense any negative intention here. I feel like she's already starting to open up to the idea of communicating with you, entertaining that idea. That's definitely a good progress here, because slowly things are going to be picking up from that form for both of you here. The number 10 coming in here quite strongly. So the completion of a cycle on both of your energy and her energy will be coming in. And for her energy specifically here is that talking about the karma. The karma, what I mean here is that more of like the lessons, the karmic lessons that she needs to learn within herself, that she needs to let go within herself here. Like she's starting to understand, that she's starting to release that slowly. This is what, like progress. This is what going to, like resulting in progress between both of you, starting up from the communication here, Quattro. So that's what I've got coming up for her. Let's see about your next question. What are Pearl's and Lizzie intention about your first time business? Both are event coordinators. All right. Okay, so regarding your food stand business, the first word that I've got coming up is that you have done justice for the way that you are. I'm not sure if both of you, how do I say it here? If if both of them are actually like either interviewing you or meeting up with you here and like see, or it's just like about seeing the proposal or something like that. But one thing that I've got coming up is that you have done justice, like you've done as much as you can here, and they feel that you can actually do justice with whatever. I'm not sure if this is like a business opportunity that will be coming up for both of, for like for you and them into the future. But I feel like they have this thought, or they have this more like a trust within yourself here, that you would do justice with whatever project with, or with whatever business that they will be giving towards you here. The only concern that they have at this particular point of time, this is more like a judgmental energy, I would say here, Quattro, because I've got the devil energy coming up here and the Page of Cups. I feel like the only concern or the only worry that they have at this particular point of time here is that with this Page of Cups energy, whether you actually have enough experience to go ahead and like to just like, oh, I think it was buffering, right, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Okay, I'm sorry, Quattro. I think there was like a little bit of buffer in that earlier, so I'm just going to repeat it again. First of all, here I'm getting that they think you would be doing justice with whatever business opportunities or business prospect that you I mean like that both of you will be doing into the future, but the only concern that they have at this particular point of time here is that regarding the experience that you may have here, Quattro, I feel like they might still think that you do not have that much of experience, or you still kind of like still new into this whole, like food business here is the only concern that I've got coming up. Is the only concern that they have here. I think this is more of like a judgmental energy coming up here. And then I've also got the Three of Cups energy coming up here and the Eight of Wands. I think they are definitely having a good impression on you. I mean, like overall energy, I would say here they have a good impression on you, that like they would, or you would be able to do the job quite well. I'm not sure if this is like some sort of like a business opportunity, because if it's a business opportunity, for some reason I'm getting here is that the profit sharing or like the sharing up the money here may not be really be beneficial on your side. So I feel like you would like rather, before signing up any contract or before like moving forward with them with anything here, I would suggest for you here to pay attention to the profit sharing, or just like how the the profit is being divided, like how much fee that you need to be paying into them. I feel like this is more like a money related situation. And then another thing here is that paying attention on, like again, if this is like about business or like you want to be signing contract with them here, with this devil energy coming up here, I feel like you need to read a little bit more truly, like read it and read it and read it is what I'm getting. I feel like you might feel that later on into the future here that they could be like really controlling too much, for example, or just like, yeah, like I'm getting more towards like a control energy coming up quite strongly. And then another thing that I've got coming up here is that more like towards into the profit sharing energy coming up here as well. So I feel like you need to be, like paying attention more into that. Like just make sure that there are no hidden agenda, like there are no hidden fees anymore, I would say here, Quattro. So pay attention to that. But overall energy, I would say here is that they are definitely, like having a good impression on you here. All right. What is next? And advice for your financial status. So let's see. The first message that I'm getting coming up for you here, Quattro, is that you need to be able to pay more attention to the burden that you have been putting up onto yourself. Because the first energy that I've got coming up here is that you are definitely moving forward into like a better place here, not only financially speaking, but generally in your life here. Definitely like things are definitely picking up for you here, like slowly things are picking up. But at the same time here is that you sometimes, I feel that the energy that I've got coming up is that you don't know when to rest up your burden. You don't know like when to. I feel like you have been quite accustomed on just carrying everything within yourself. You're like keep on carrying within yourself. You're like carrying the weight of the world within yourself, because you feel like if you rest, things are not going to change. But at the same time here, you keep on like burdening yourself, feeling overwhelmed and feeling like overwhelming yourself, carrying the weight of the world in yourself, in yourself here, which is why I've got this the Four of Swords energy coming up here. You need to know when to rest, you need to know when to lie the burden down here, even if it's just like going to be like a temporary one, like you have to do that. And then another thing that I've got coming up here regarding your financial advice, I mean like the financial advice, and also like in general advice here, I've got the Moon energy coming in here for you twice. So first of all here with your finances, I'm getting that boundaries is definitely something that you need to, like pay attention to here, because I feel like there might be some hidden fees or hidden expenses that you might not notice it. So I feel like you need to do focus more into that. Maybe this is something like subscription, for example, that it keeps on charging you, or the bank would keep on charging you. So I feel like you need to be focusing more onto that here. Small expenses, but also hidden expenses is what I'm getting coming up here. Pay attention to that. So another thing that I've got coming up here with this Queen of Swords energy, you have done tremendously good job on like setting up a necessary boundaries within yourself and within your finances. Like everything is already looking good here. I feel like this is more of like paying attention to the hidden things, I would say here, hidden expenses. And then for the general advice coming up for you here is that coming back to this overwhelming energy coming up here, maybe you feel like no one could understand you. Maybe you feel like the people, or like the friends or the people around you here is that you either don't know how do I say it here? It's like you don't know how to share, or like you feel that even if you share to other people, your parents, your family, your friends, not many people can understand that. So what happens is that you're just keeping everything within yourself. So if that's the case, yeah, I would suggest for you to start journaling, or just like letting it out. So either pray, meditate, ground yourself, journaling here, or even like going out, like let's say like do something that make you feel better, road trip, or just like visiting some places, for example here, that may make you feel better. Try to do that. And then another thing that I've got coming up here is that the full energy coming in here, which is like taking up into the opportunities as it comes. You will be facing up a lot of new opportunities coming in into your life here, and make sure that you are ready to grab it as it comes here is what I'm getting. I'm also getting a very strong promotion energy coming up here, quattro with this the emperor energy coming up here. Not only that, I'm also getting that the energy of someone who is like moving forward into a level where either like a supervisor or manager type of energy is also another thing that I've got coming up here. So those are few things that are coming up to you into the future. Thank you so much for your donation, and thank you so much for being patient. So quattro done. Hi Jenna, yes, I've received your donation. I also already put you in as well. Next would be Mariam. Okay, Mariam, you can post your question, please. Okay, Eric, got you. And HI, you can also post your questions. So once I'm done with Mariam, I will do yours. What is the mutual energy between you and him? Mutual energy, please. I've got taking steps coming up here, and then I've also got dark thoughts. I've got true love energy coming up for you here. So the mutual energy between, I've got discovery wants to come out here as well. So the mutual energy coming up here is that he's definitely getting better, I would say here. Like, he's definitely like, with this discovery energy that I've got coming up for both of you here, Mariam, I feel like this is of him like starting to just thinking or like reminiscing about the past year. Maybe I've done something wrong, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Like this is more of like him going through that realization, slowly going through that realization. I've also got the true love energy coming in here for you, so this is also already another confirmation about the soul connection between both of you. And then the second thing that I've got coming up here for the future, I've got the Six of Cups energy coming up here. This is where the reconciliation energy coming in here as well. So I do still get for the lovers energy coming up for you. So another huge confirmation that I would say here coming up between both of you, that even though I'm not sure how is the communication going on, if it's still like no communication, because honestly I'm getting a little bit of blocked or unbalanced energy when it comes into the throat chakra. So the communication may still be coming up on and off, or no communication at all for some time here. But aside from that, moving forward into the future energy here, I'm getting the reconciliation and union coming in here between both of you. And both of you definitely have a very, very strong soul connection coming up here. There is no, I mean, like there is no doubt on that here. And another thing that I've got coming up from him here is that he's starting to opening up, like thinking maybe I've done a mistake, maybe this is like my fault. Like in the past, like in the previous reading, I would say here he's more into his ego within himself. Like he's so quick to blame you. He's so quick to just like putting up his ego, I would say here. But at the same time here, like right now, he's starting to be opening up a little bit more within himself. You're like, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe I should have like going it in a different way. So he's starting to opening up into that idea. But at the same time, here's slow process coming up here. So even though that is starting to opening up to the idea, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe I should have just like be a little bit more control within myself. At the same time, here is that at the same time here, the process of him going through that is not going to be like quickly, like quickly letting go or quickly releasing his ego. He's on the progress of releasing his ego. He's in the process of releasing the ego mentality, I would say, within himself here. So that is definitely a huge progress coming up. I've also got the dark thoughts energy coming up. I feel like this is more of your energy rather than his energy here, like more into a negative thinking, like what if this does not happen, what if that does not happen. Like you are kind of like more involved, or you kind of like starting, I would say here, the last couple of days or the last couple of weeks, you might be feeling quite fearful within yourself. Is this like going to be the end? Like would we actually be ever communicate again, or is this just like going to be like a completely the end here? Like you might be moving into that negative thought or just like a fear-based energy here. This is something that you just like need to not really indulge a little more into that. I mean, like, just try to understand that whenever your fear comes in, or whenever like a negative thought comes in, here is that you know that all of those thoughts will never come into reality. Because as it stands, even right now here, I'm getting a very strong union happening between both of you here, and the reconciliation happening between both of you here is what I'm getting. As for the time frame, I've got the number 9 coming up here quite strongly. 9 days, 9 weeks. I would say here late fall coming up quite strongly. So before the end of this year, both of you would definitely be in communication again. Late fall energy coming up quite strongly, but also it can happen anytime between 9 days to 9 weeks from now, which is also going to be like towards the month of December, if I'm not mistaken, by maximum here, Mariam. That's it for your reading. Thank you so much for your donation, and thank you so much for being patient. All right, so HI. Your life has been confusing. Lost friends, feeling blocked, making new ones. Lessons that goes to my. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so the first message that I'm getting coming up for you here, HI, like while I was channeling, I'm getting that you are being advised, or you are being put into a path where it requires, I won't say a loneliness. It's more like being alone at this particular point of time. And the reason why I've got that here is that I've got increase, and then I've also got status quo energy coming up for you here. You will definitely be able to meet new and supportive connection in your life. Like there is no doubt on that here. But you are at this point of time here is on a journey where the influences of people around you might be affecting the journey that you are going through at this particular point of time. So this is why you might be losing friends, or like even if you make new friends here, you might not be seeing much progress here. And another thing that I've got coming up here is that I've got planning and action energy coming up here. And I've also got the consciousness of like energy coming in here as well, HI. So another message that I've got coming up for you here is that almost like being insecure or feeling insecure within yourself, but this is more of like you are being advised here to not be too overly critical within yourself is what I'm getting here. So with this a consciousness of like you may feel within yourself here that there is something wrong with you, or like it is your fault that no one is friend with you. It is your fault that like no one wants to be with you here. Like you might be blaming up yourself, or you might be feeling that I don't deserve this, or like I'm not supposed to, like I can't do anything, I can't be friends with anything. This is also another thing that, like your spirit guides wants you to let go of here. With this planning and action energy coming up here, I'm getting a very, very strong energy of like a lot of new opportunities, like everything that you've been planning, not only when it comes into the relationship wise, I mean like not only when it comes into like friends, colleagues, and not only when it comes into that here HI, but in general when it comes into like abundance, whatever you are planning at this particular point of time here, everything is going to be moving forward. Everything is just going to be like falling into places here is what I'm getting. I would suggest you to be focusing more onto your throat chakra as well as your sacral chakra. This is something that is quite important for you as well. Sacral chakra is really coming up quite strongly here. Another message that I've got coming up for you here is that partnership. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build up a talented support team. So I feel like I would say here the people that has been taken out of your life here was never meant to be there long term. I would say here, HI, like those people could just be like using you, for example, or just like could be like draining your energy, for example, here. So with this partnership energy that I've got coming up here, HI, you will be definitely be rewarded with people who are, how do I say it here, like supportive connection coming in into your life. Like with now you are closing up the door to the past, like with all of these people, with all of these friends walking away or walking out of your life here, new one will be coming in, and you have to be preparing yourself for that here is what I'm getting. Another thing that I've got coming up here is that magic. So it's almost like at some point of time you might not realize it, but at some point of time here is that those people might just be using you for your energy, like an energy vampire, someone who's just like that to drain your energy here, HI. So I feel like you have to understand that you hold the magic within yourself here. Like I said before, with this a consciousness of like energy coming up here, you may feel that this is your fault. You may feel like you are not the one who's actually good enough, but it's actually the reverse, like you are actually quite already good enough within yourself here, but the people around you here might not be, like might not be there to support you. Like there could be times where you are giving more rather than receiving more here. So this is why the status quo energy coming up here, this is why things are being plucked out of your life here when it comes into relationship, when it comes into your friends. But things are definitely, like progressing, things are definitely coming back to you here is what I'm getting coming up here. The most important thing that I would say here is that you need to start understand within yourself is that you have the power. Like you are the magic within yourself. Okay, so you do not need, I won't say that you do not need anyone here. Like do not feel that it is your fault. Do not feel that it is your loss here, HI. So that is the main message that I'm getting coming up here for you. Thank you so much for your donation, and thank you so much for being patient, HI. All right, Nate, let's look at into your question you posted. You're welcome, HI. Okay, Neil, I'm not sure if you're here, so I'm just going to be putting up the timestamp. How can you progress closer to the union, and what is the energy? Okay, how can you be progressing closer to the union? Union is coming to you, like there is no doubt of the union to come between you and W here. Need, I've got the Four of Wands energy coming up here. I've got the Hierophant, and then I've also got success energy coming up here as well. Victorious outcome and positive outcome coming up here. So, in general, I would say here, union is definitely something that is going to happen. There is no doubt on that at all. Let me see what are the things that you can do. So first of all here is that I've got the Ace of Cups energy coming up here, the Page of Pentacles, and then I've also got the Tower energy coming up here. Honestly, I don't see anything specific that you can do here to fastening up the union, because with this energy that I've got coming up for you here is that you are already the more awakened one, I would say here, Nate, between both of you here. Like you are already aware, I would say here, about the energy in general. I would say here between both of you, so you're already on the right track here. Sometimes, like you might be feeling a little bit down within yourself, but again, that is just normal. So if you feel that, oh my god, I'm feeling low today, like I'm feeling a little bit judgmental today, I'm feeling like a little bit like overcritical today here, will this, like affecting the union, will this like delaying the connection or delaying the union to happen? No, it's just like a normal thing. Every human being go through that. I feel like you are already on the right direction at this particular point of time. I've got the Tower energy coming up here, and then I've also got the Chariot energy coming in here. So this is more of the other person energy. They are currently going through this Tower movement, or they are currently going through the shift at this point of time within themselves here, because the only thing left to be done here is that the progress, or like the other person coming towards you, but things are already progressing. So this is what I'm getting here, like the union is already on the way, the union is already taking place. Like whatever to come before the union to happen is already starting to take place. So everything is just like going to be like a domino effect, starting to fall into places here is what I'm getting. What you can do at this particular point of time here is that with this Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups energy here, I would say here more onto the heart chakra, because I feel like the heart chakra is not only for you but also connected to the other people, connected to them here, because I feel like this is what is currently going on with them, with W here, because with all of this Tower movement, the changes that I'm getting coming up, the shift that I'm getting coming up from them, and feeling a little bit of unbalance or of balance at this particular point of time. And with this King of Pentacles energy that I've got coming up here, they are also starting to regain the balance within themselves. Both of you, I would say here, because you are coming up here as the Page of Pentacles, and then I've got the King of Pentacles energy coming up here. Both of you are already on the progress. You are definitely already in the progress of becoming, like the best version of yourself, like starting to be more in tune with your higher self here. I would say manifest more, focus on heart chakra is the main message that I'm getting coming up here. What you can do to progress closer to the union, because honestly so far you've done tremendously wonderful job, like you've done everything that you can here, because directly I've got the union energy coming up for you here. So there is nothing like specific thing that you need to do, because both of you are very far away from the union. Definitely not that way, because progress is coming up here quite strongly for both of you. I feel like this is just like the other person energy that needs to pick up. And the reason why the delay, or the reason why they are taking the time here at this point of time, need, because of I think the the Tower movement coming in here all at once for them could be like a little bit overwhelming for them. So they're kind of like taking one step at a time, like one thing at a time here. So that could also be the reason why the delay is happening. Um, what is their current energy to achieve? I've got the Lover's energy coming up here, Three of Cups coming in here, and the Six of Swords as the current energy. So the current energy that I've got coming up here is that they are definitely moving towards you here. If there is no physical distance between both of you, this is basically referring to the emotional distance between both of you here, Nate. Either like the no communication energy or like no communication or like on and off communication, because I've also got the Three of Cups energy coming up here, either third party situation or karmic situation. Either one of those here could be serving up as a delay. Another thing that I've got coming up here, I said, with this Temperance energy and the Justice energy here, that they are definitely going through a process, karmic lessons, karmic release, I would say here, to getting to the justice that, I mean, like breaking free the old karmic lesson, breaking free the old karmic bond or karmic trauma that they're currently going through here is what I'm getting. I've also got the Temperance energy coming up here. I would say they are definitely progressing within themselves. It's just that the progress that they are doing might not be as fast as you're expecting it to be. Like I said before, because of the Tower movement, because of the sudden shift and the sudden changes around them here, they might be taking like one step at a time. The energy here is that with this Lover's energy coming up here, I think they're starting to realize, and that like they already know here, they might not know the term or the label of the soul connection that both of you have, but with this energy that I've got coming up here, the Lover's energy that I've got coming up here, this is basically the energy of like they're starting to realize here, like there is this very strong pull energy that they feel towards you here. For some reason, they have never felt that way towards any other person, and they could feel like you are the place they're supposed to be. Like feeling like a home energy is also another thing that I've got coming up here. So the energy or the current energy towards you here, they're definitely coming in. Again, I'm getting a very, very strong moving energy coming up here. Neat. Let me pull a time frame because I feel like it's not going to be that long. I've got late fall coming up here, the number 9 coming in here as well. I've also got Wheel of Fortune, so I don't think it's going to be that long. Yeah, 9 days, 9 weeks, late fall energy coming up quite strongly here. Need for both of you. Thank you so much for your donation, and thank you so much for being patient. Right, let's see for Maybell. Maybell, you can push your question, please. Hi, Divine Goddess. Yeah, sure. Once I'm done with the donation list, I'll do the free question. I'll do yours then. All right, Maybell, what does Jonathan? All right, so what does the future hold for you, your son, and Jonathan? Let's Okay, so the overall energy that I've got coming up for you here, Mabel, I've got the Ten of Cups energy coming up here. So the future are definitely looking good for both of you here, like both of you being a family. I keep getting this Empress energy coming up for you. I think I've already told you that in the previous readings as well. If you can still get pregnant, this is also going to be talking about pregnancy. If you cannot get pregnant here, this is basically like both of you having a family as own. I'm not sure if Jonathan has a kids of his own here, like because I'm getting very strong like a big family energy coming up here. So his relationship with your son is definitely going to be progressing. Like I'm getting a very very strong family energy coming up for you here. There is no doubt on that. So that is the first thing that I've got coming up here. Now regarding the advice for the people around him here, will he actually learn that? Will he actually release the energy, like leave the people, the toxic people around him here? 100% yes. I've got the Tree of Swords energy coming up here. I've also got the Tower energy coming in here as well. The first thing that I've got coming up here is that regarding him and the people around him, I would say here, like he has this very strong energy of trusting people quite easily. Now, maybe these are the people that he has known for a while, so he might think within himself here that he has how do I say it here, he might think that within himself here that these people actually like care for him, or these people actually have his highest intention, for example. But I think he's going to go through a realization here, or he's going to like going through, because with this Tower women that I've got coming up here, this is more like a huge lesson, like an eye opener for him here, that is going to happen, where he's finally realizing he cannot hold on into those people. He cannot trust onto those people anymore. This will be giving him a little bit of heartbreak, but I think this is definitely going to be for the best, because unless and until he learns that way, unless and until he sees that way here, even though you are shouting from the top of the world, he won't understand that, because he has to see it for himself here with his Three of Swords and the Tower energy. He has a little bit of like sad moment for him, but he has to realize that. I mean, like he's going to learn it the hard way, I would say here. And then another thing that I've got coming up is that the Four of Cups energy coming in here. This is more of him like within that shocked energy, I would say here, like surprised and shocked energy at that particular point of time. And moving forward into the future between both of you here, I've got the Magician energy coming up here and the Ace of Swords. Things between both of you are definitely going to be falling into places as per what you desire, as per what you manifest here, is what I'm getting with this Magician energy. So everything is just definitely going to be falling into places just like what you have been dreaming of, I would say here. And then I've also got the Ace of Swords energy coming up here, is that full of honesty, full of truth, and full of clarity. I mean, I don't see him being lying to you or anything like that, but when things starting to fall into places for both of you here, like when both of you like starting to be a family together here, like everything is just going to be like a crystal clear. Like everything is just like going to be falling into places here, is what I'm getting. I'm getting a very very strong family energy coming up here, financial stability and emotional stability coming up here as well. There is a very strong possibility of pregnancy, but if you cannot get pregnant anymore here, this is basically you are being a mother figure for his kids, and just like a rebirth energy, I would say here, for for both of you here in general. I've also got the High Priest energy coming up here. This is more of like paying attention to your intuition, focusing up on your intuition here, is what I'm getting. Let me pull a time frame here. I've got the month of November coming up quite strongly. Once again here, I've got the Ten of Cups, so another confirmation that yes, both of you are definitely going to be the family that you desire. The month of November can be coming up quite significant. November to December can be coming up quite significant here as well, Maybe. Thank you so much for your donation, and I hope the reading resonates with you. And thank you so much for being patient as well while waiting. Next person here is Shante. Okay. Shante, you can post your question as well. Okay, what is Sunny's feeling? You're welcome, Mida. Okay, so the first message that I've got coming up here, Shanti, I've got I see my future with you. I've also got will you marry me coming up here? And then I've got angels and universe are working on your behalf and release the anger. For some reason, I feel like this person feels that you're angry at them, or just like angry, or just like, yeah, I'm getting a very strong anger energy coming up here, but this could be like disappointment, angry, or just like this is how they feel. I'm not saying that this is how you feel. This is how they feel towards, this is how they feel, you feel towards them here. So there could be something that might have happened, like a misunderstanding or miscommunication between both of you, for example here, that could be making them to feel that way. Another thing that I've got coming up here is that I see my future with you, will you marry me energy coming up here. So they definitely want to, like for example, if there are some sort of like a misunderstanding or miscommunication happening between both of you here, Shanti, they still like want to, like reconcile or reunite with you, like just want to, like make sure that things will be good for both of you into the future. Let's see of the intention here. I'm getting a very strong communication energy going to be taking off, communication going to be taking off coming up here. Another thing that I've got coming up here is that they have a lot of suppressed emotion and suppressed feelings. So almost like they are putting a mask around them. Like either they have never really good enough with opening themselves or opening how they feel here, especially when it comes into like talking their emotion and talking about their feelings. They may seems to be like they're afraid of appearing vulnerable, they're afraid of appearing weak around you, or just like around people in general here. So this is one of the biggest blockage or biggest delay at this point of time here. They tend to be like keeping everything within themselves. They just like tend to be like keeping everything, just like suppressing their sense of, sorry, suppressing the emotion within themselves here. I've also got the victorious outcome coming up here for you. This person definitely has a good intention with you here. This person like either want to restart things or just like want to communicate with you to just like clearing up any misunderstanding here, moving forward into the future. I mean, clearing up any misunderstanding, just like want to restart everything from the ground zero again is what I'm getting here, Shanti. But the problem here is that how open they will be when it comes into the emotion, how open they will be here when it comes into like just be honest, be open, and be vulnerable. Because I feel like sometimes they're having this defensive energy around them. I've also got the King of Wands energy coming up here. A little bit of temper, like stubbornness could also be there. More like temper and stubbornness energy coming up here. I'm also getting a very strong soul connection as well as a reconciliation or reunion between both of you. If both of you are currently in a separation at this particular point of time, if both of you never been together here, this is talking about the union that is going to be happening between both of you. Intention wise, they have a good intention. Like I don't see them as a bad person. I just see them as a damaged person here who never know how to express themselves, never know how to deal with their own temper, with their own emotion. Like that, this is the major problem, is what I'm getting here. Like, so they tend to be like putting up their ego. They tend to be like putting up this defensiveness in front of them here to hide their ego, to hide them, because they feel here if they are showing up their emotion, if they're like opening up their emotion here, that means that they are weak. So they are trying so hard to make sure that no one can see them being weak, or no one can see them, yeah, just like being weak or being vulnerable. This is the major problem here, is what I'm getting, Shante. But they have a good intention. I do see, like things picking up between both of you. Reconciliation or union or reunion will be happening as well. Thank you so much for your donation, and thank you so much for being patient. I truly appreciate that. Hope the reading resonates with you. Hi Manishka. Okay, Swerte Abad. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. And hi Manishka. All right, Jenna. Okay, Jenna posted your question. Let me scroll back up. Okay, Jenna, this is your reading. I'm not sure if you're here, so I'm going to be posting up the timestamp for you. What is going on between the Capricorn and yourself? What is going on with the Capricorn? I'm not sure if the communication is there between both of you. Let me scroll back up to see a question. Okay, separation. So no communication at all. So one thing that I've got coming up here, Jenna, is that I've got the Page of Source energy coming up here. I'm getting a very strong stalking energy coming up here from your person, to be honest, like checking you out. So this could be like asking this. I'm so I'm so sorry about my dog. There is someone coming in, so that's why. All right. So what I was saying earlier here is that I'm getting a very strong stalking energy. I'm getting a very strong stalking energy coming up here quite strongly. So either this person could be stalking you, like checking you out here on your social media, like through online. This could also be like asking about you through mutual friend and family members. But basically what I'm getting here is that there definitely has been keeping a tab on you here, Jenna, is what I'm getting here. Another thing that I've got coming up here is that the lovers energy coming in here. So union is definitely going to be there. It's definitely going to be happening between both of you here as well. I've also got a very strong of new beginning energy coming up here as well for both of you. Wow, I've got new beginning. I've got the Ten of Cups. I've got the Two of Cups energy coming up here. Both of you definitely have a very strong soul connection. There is no doubt on that. New beginning and a union energy is definitely going to be happening between both of you. I feel like at this point of time here, your strength is definitely being tested. Is what I'm getting coming up here. Definitely, this is talking about the challenge, I would say here, because of the separation at this point of time, or the no communication between both of you, where your strength is definitely heavily being tested here, being patient and just like waiting for the communication to pick up. But what is going to be coming up here for both of you here, I'm getting a very strong reunion or reconciliation happening here. And this is going to be happening with this full energy and I've got the wheel of fortune, the fool and the chariot energy coming up here. So things are definitely going to be picking up. I mean, like things are definitely progressing. And with this full energy coming up here with the wheel of fortune here, I feel like this when it's not going to be too long for things to pick up between both of you, at least when it comes into the communication, because this person has been checking you out. This person has been like wondering like what you've been doing, like asking about you, like like talking to your friend or talking to your family members, or even like just stalking you online. Like for one way or the other, this person is definitely like keeping a tab on you here. The initiation will be done by them, like they are the ones actually going to come towards you and like offering you, like giving you that opportunity to reconcile, where the choice will definitely be yours. So they are going to be initiating it. You are the one who's actually going to make the final decision. Are you going to go ahead with this or not? I'm going to be pulling up a time frame as well to see what I've got the number 8 coming up here. I'm also getting a very strong late spring energy coming in here as well. 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months. I don't think 8 months. I'm getting like a very strong late spring energy could be coming up quite significantly here as well. Late spring energy is what I'm getting coming up here. If not happening within the next 8 weeks, I'm getting like a late spring energy. Overall energy that I'm getting coming up for you here is that a very strong healing light energy. This is what is currently going on with the Capricorn. They're going through the healing session coming up here, transformation and healing themselves at this particular point of time. They're actually quite at loss. So the strength energy that I've got coming up for you here, Jenna, is not only that your strength are being tested at this particular point of time, both of you here as well. So the Capricorn is also going through a period of time where their strength are being tested, or just like they are thinking at this particular point of time. This is also why they are like keeping a tab on you here, because they feel like they have lost everything, like they feel like they have lost the chance to be with you. So before actually approaching you, before actually like wanting to give you like wanting to ask you out, like wanting to ask for another chance here, what they want to do here is that making sure that they still have the chance, making sure that they still like have the have the possibility to be with you here. So this is what is going on with them. And then I've also got the creative endeavor energy coming up here. Again, a very strong new beginning happening between both of you. And when things finally picking up between both of you here, this is going to be like both of you are starting in from ground zero. So almost like starting in from like a clear canvas, like starting in from the beginning again. Here is what I'm getting. So that's it for your reading. I hope it resonates. Thank you so much for your donation, and thank you so much for being patient. I truly appreciate that. Oh, hi, blank blank. Okay, I did not know what is your username here, so that's why I put the first name. I'm so sorry for that. I'm definitely going to change it. Yes. So Eric, and then all right. Eric, I think you want to have a general reading. Yeah, general reading. I'm going to post your timestamp as well in case you're not here. All right, general reading for this month of October for Eric. So overall energy I'm getting coming up for you here, Eric, for the month of October. I've got peace energy coming up here. So the rest of this month is actually going to be going on slow and steady energy is what I'm getting coming up here. I'm also getting that you might be getting some sort of like a dream here, either dream about your past loved one or just like in general, I would say here angel, spirit guides, past loved one energy coming up here quite strongly. So pay attention to that. I feel like you will be getting up some dreams, messages, signs, synchronicities coming up here quite strongly from your spirit guides, coming up quite strongly from your guardian angel. Another thing that I've got coming up here is that I feel like this is going to be towards the end of the month of October here, that you might be feeling a little bit ungrounded within yourself. Or you might be feeling within yourself here that I'm getting a very strong hesitancy energy coming up here, Eric. So I feel like you are thinking about making up a decision, or you're thinking about going towards a certain direction, but at the same time here is that you are wondering within yourself, am I making a right decision, is this the right decision, like you might be thinking that way here. So try to keep yourself grounded. I feel like this is more towards the end of the month of October 2021. From now on until, I mean, like from now on throughout the month of October 2021, here I've got discovery energy coming up here. The first message that I've got coming up for you here is that definitely going through a spiritual journey, going through an awakening or transformation or healing within yourself here. With this discovery energy that I've got coming up for you here, Eric, this is more of like you are on a path of rediscovering or discovering about your true purpose. What is it that you're supposed to be doing in your life? What is it that your soul purpose is? Like you are more towards in that direction. So the month of October here is going to be like the month of finding back or finding a way back to yourself. What is it that you're supposed to be doing? I feel like you will be getting a lot of dream messages, I would say here, especially during the full moon energy. I think the last new moon could also be quite intense for you, but the full moon energy is definitely going to be really, really intense for you here. So pay attention to that as well. This is more of like you are just getting a lot of messages I'm getting coming up here. I would suggest you to focus on your throat chakra throughout the month of October 2021 here, because you need to speak up your truth. Like, do not hesitate to speak up your truth. Do not hesitate to speak up your mind here, is what I'm getting. Now, the message that I've got coming up here is that I've got celebration coming up for you here. A positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your success, enjoy your achievement. So celebration is definitely going to be coming into you here throughout the month of October, or even like after the month of October, from the month of October until the end of the year. I've also got goddess energy coming up here. The gender does not matter. Honor the divine feminine or the divine masculine energy within yourself. See your inner beauty, love every part of you. So I feel like, again, like I said before, a very strong of spiritual awakening journey here, where you are finally being in touch, or you're finally like being integrated with your higher self here, your divine feminine or your divine masculine energy coming up here, Eric. Overall message that I've got coming up for you here, or overall advice that I've got coming up for you here, I've got nature. Ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, connect with the elementals. So I would suggest for you here to at least spend some time outside or ground yourself, I would say here. Spend some spend some time outside, like maybe like going on a road trip, for example, or just like if you cannot go outside, just like ground yourself, like at home, like try to do it like by sitting on the ground, for example, or sitting barefoot, or like yeah, with barefoot, so you just like can connect with the earth energy. So that's it, the general reading, general guidance for the month of October. I hope the message resonates with you, and thank you so much for being patient. Thank you so much for your donation as well. Thank you, Divine Goddess. I appreciate that. Emily, let's see your question. Right. Emily, you can post your question, please. You're welcome, Eric. Okay, while waiting for Emily, I'm just going to do a blank blank question. Ellie or L? Let's see. What is your question? Will you and your person reconcile? All right, so let's see. Blank blank. This is your question, Ellie or L. This is your reading. I mean, while waiting for Emily to come in. Um, yeah, this is your reading here. I'm getting a distance energy coming in here for both of you. There could be a distance, either physical or emotional distance at this particular point of time. I'm getting yes for the reconciliation looking up at the energy, but I feel like it may take a little bit of while for that to happen. Now, first of all, here, blank blank, I've got the victim mentality energy coming up here. So I feel like this is something that your person is currently going through at this particular point of time. Victim mentality, I've got friends and colleagues coming up here. I've also got fragmented energy coming up here. Commitment is here as well. So yes, for the reconciliation, a commitment to happen between both of you. I've also got milestone coming up here and a creative endeavor. But honestly, I feel like it may take a little bit of while for that to happen. First of all, here I'm getting with these friends and colleagues energy coming up here. They may have either bad influence, I would say here, or negative influences around them in a form of like friends, in a form of like yeah, friends, family, like more towards of that here is what I'm getting. And then another thing that I've got coming up here is that with this victim mentality and fragmented energy coming up here, they have this tendency to be blaming up others or to be blaming up the circumstances around themselves here rather than taking responsibility of that. So they feel within themselves here is that everything is everyone's fault instead of actually taking up the responsibility for that. And I feel like the reason for this here is that due to their own past trauma, past pain and trauma coming up here. So let's see. So this is just the energy that I've got coming up here. This person may have a father issue. I'm getting a very strong father issue, but this could be like mother issue here as well. Like in general, I would say here parents. family upbringing, family trauma, something to do with the parents here. Yes, there is definitely a soul connection between both of you here. I've got the Two of Cups energy coming up here. Yes, there is definitely a soul connection between both of you coming up here. Again, I feel like this person does not really know how to, because with this Queen of Pentacles energy coming up here, is like, how do I say, ungrounded within themselves. Yeah, I'm also getting a very strong unbalanced energy when it comes into the root chakra. So a lot of unbalanced energy, ungrounded energy coming up here. Father issue, mother issue in general, I would say here family issues coming up here quite strongly. Another thing that I've got coming up here is that even though I do get them coming back towards you here with this Knight of Cups energy, like coming back with an offer, like asking you out, like just kind of like giving you an offer here, it's going to be like on and off energy. So like from now until properly being reconciled, like from now until being properly into the reconciliation or like the committed relationship here, it may take a little bit a while, but in between that here, both of you are definitely going to like meeting up, communicate again, like just like going out on a date, like something like that will will definitely be happening. You can definitely pray for them, you can definitely like send them healing, but as I always suggest here is that when you do that, make sure that you are also giving the attention to yourself here as well, because when you start giving other people healing or sending other people healing but not taking care of yourself, is going to be draining yourself as well. So this is something that you have to pay attention here as well. Yes, you can pray for them, you can send them healing, but at the same time here is that you have to be focusing on them. You have to be focusing on yourself as well. Let me pull a time frame coming up here. Like I said before, both of you do have a very, very strong soul connection. Like both of you are definitely going to be together here. As for the time frame here at this particular point of time, I'm getting a very strong January next year coming up here quite strongly. So next year January, or I would say here like towards the end of January to the month of February next year, is going to be quite significant for both of you. At this point of time, I'm getting that as a time frame. But please note, time is fluid. It can happen faster, it can happen later than that. But looking at this current timeline here, this is the best possible time frame is next year, January to February next year is coming up quite strongly. Thank you so much for your donation, Elle. I truly appreciate that, and thank you so much for being patient as well. Mhm. Swerte Albert, you can post your question, please. Yes, definitely. Hi, Gerard. No, there is no super chat available. You can do it only through PayPal. Okay, channel messages from Diana. It's okay, Emily. You can post your question, please. So once I'm done with Swerte Apat, I'm going to do yours. Okay, so the channel messages coming in here from Diana to you. I've got soulmate or twin flame energy coming up here. Swerte Abat. Okay, yeah, sure. All right, so I've got soulmate or twin flame energy coming up here. First of all, I've got work, career, and finances. I've got I love you coming up here. I've got forgive and let go. I've got be grounded in faith. I've also got you are my everything. I see my future with you. The time is not right for us, and faithful coming up here. So many messages coming in here. So first of all, here is that this person definitely has, like a very strong emotional feeling towards you. Here, I've got a very, very strong love and care coming up here about I mean, like this person definitely have like a very strong love and care for you here. I see my future with you. I love you, and you are my everything coming up here quite strongly as well. So this person definitely sees you as someone they want to be with. At the same time, here is that I'm getting a little bit of guilty energy or feeling guilty energy coming up here. I'm getting that they either feel like you are angry at them or you are disappointed at them, like something related to that here. Like they feel like either you do not want to talk to them or you do not want to like meet them anymore. Something, maybe this is something from the past, like the something had happened in the past. Yeah, like they might have done something and you feel quite hurt for that, from that, and they're still like thinking that you're still hurtful to them. Like that kind of energy is what I'm getting coming up quite strongly. I've also got the time is not right for us here, which is basically meaning that at this particular point of time here is not the right timing for both of you to be together or like to just like come back together here. I'm not sure what is the situation here, but now is not the right timing because of the triggers coming up here. I'm getting a little bit of insecure energy coming up quite strongly here from Diana here as well. I feel like she has the tendency to not really, or like she has the tendency to be way too overcritical about herself here is what I'm getting here as well. They're like she tends to think within herself here like she's not good enough, like someone else is much better than her, like more of like inferiority complex is what I'm getting coming up here as well. Another thing that I've got coming up here is that faithful energy here. Be grounded in faith coming up here as well. So I feel like you may need to give her time to just like release all of this insecure energy, like release all of this inferiority complex that she has within herself here. Another thing that I've got coming up is that she tends to be throwing herself into work, career, and financial related situation coming up coming up quite strongly. So like whenever she's feeling down, whenever she's like yeah, whenever like she's feeling down, whenever she feels like like feeling anxious or just like feeling down in general, I would say she tends to be like throwing herself into work or just in general here is that trying to find a quick fix. In this case is that she tends to keep herself busy, being really really busy within herself here, so she does not have to think about anything else, so she kind of like can just like keep her mind focused on one thing. So this is like a way of her running away is what I'm getting coming up here. Another thing that I've got coming up here is that forgive and let go energy coming up here. Again, that energy of like either they might have done something, like you might be angry with them or you might be hurt with them here. Like she hoped that you could be able to forgive her is what I'm getting coming up here. Yeah, I think, see, it's not about that. Of course, I do understand you are not angry with her, but this is more of like the way that she's thinking within herself. Coming back to that insecurity energy, coming back into that low esteem, like that inferiority complex. Like she tends to think there's something wrong with her, and that she always thinks that everyone is mad at her or everyone is hates her. Again, coming back to that inferiority complex, like the insecurity energy coming up quite strongly here at this point of time. But both of you definitely have a very very strong soul connection coming up here. They definitely have a lot of things that they need to be working on here, especially from the past. So the insecurity energy, the inferiority complex that I'm getting coming up here is like this is what has been showing up at this particular point of time here, Swati. So that's it for the channeling here. Emily, you can post your questions. So I'll do Swati about second and third question after you. You're welcome, Swati. Emily, if you're here, you can post your question. I'll do yours. Okay, Sweta, you can just post your question. Like both of you, Emily and Sweta, you can post your questions. So I can just like do whichever comes first while waiting. Okay, Jacob, I got you. Okay, general reading regarding your culinary career and education. Okay, I've got directly intuition and manifestation coming up here. Right, so I've got Ascended Masters coming up here, Swerte, and then I've also got Sacred Temple coming up here with Intuition and Manifestation. So right away, I'm getting that you are definitely on the right track. Like there is no doubt on that. Like with this three energy that I've got coming up here, this is directly a very strong like yes energy I've got coming up here directly from your higher self, directly from your spirit, guys. Is what I'm getting coming up here. So 100% that you are definitely already on the right direction. Another thing that I've got coming up here is that you might be facing up some challenges. I feel like the challenges here is not due to it's not due to the study. I mean, like, it's not due to the curriculum. It's not due to like the subject or anything. I feel like the challenge that you will be facing here is that from within yourself here, especially when it comes into the courage energy here. I feel like you have to like every day, I won't say every day, like once in a while here you have to like fight the battles from within yourself, as well as the external circumstances around yourself. This could be like your family members or just like the environmental pressure or the environmental stress within yourself. Yeah, like, I feel like this is something that you would have to like keep on doing once in a while. Like you have to embrace that. Like you have to understand that sometimes things are actually going to be looking really really good for you, but other times yeah, like you might be questioning everything. Am I even in the right direction? Should I do this? Should I not do that? Like you might be questioning that all together. But in those times here you have to understand, like you have to remember back what put you in this particular situation, like what put you or what draw you into this like culinary career and education, because you are already in the right track, you are already in the right direction is what I'm getting coming up quite strongly. Like I'm getting a very very strong yes energy coming up here. Another thing that I've got coming up here is that intuition and manifestation energy coming up here. Manifesting positively here. Focus on your intuition is also another thing that I've got coming up here as well. So honestly, I feel like everything is actually looking good for you here. Things are definitely going to be like really really well for you. It's just like sometimes you might be feeling a little bit stuck, you might be feeling a little bit trapped, which is just quite normal in anything, like it's just quite normal in any other career, I would say here. Like you go into a certain major and then you're starting to feel like, okay, is this even like the right thing for me? Like you might be doubting like that. So it's kind of like normal, I would say here. It's just that you might be feeling a little bit more pressure as you go on, like into like, let's say for example, like into the middle of the schooling here. But those are the biggest challenge. Like those are the time that you have to release and let go of your doubt. Like think back of what make you, like what put you into this particular path. I've also got a very strong Ace of Wands energy coming up here with the Magician energy coming in here. I'm getting 100% success, victorious outcome coming up for you here. Coming up here for you as well here, Suerte. New beginning, 100% yes, and victory coming up for you here. So you are definitely already on the right track, I would say here, Suerte. Like the this path is the right path for you. So double confirmation that I'm getting coming up here. And what is your third question? Okay, Jacob, I got you. Hi, Ashley. This is the donation list, Ashley. For the free reading, you just have to post your question. Once I'm done with the donation list, I will do the free reading. There is no list for the free reading. Going back to love, what advice can you give me regarding to high timelines feeling? What can I tell regarding so she doesn't have to worry? Okay. So let's see what you can do. You can tell her, I've got the Ace of Swords energy coming up. You can tell her, but at the same time here is that, how do I say it here? I've got the Judgment energy coming up here quite strongly from her, because this is more of like being judgmental within herself. So this is more of like she's being the worst critic on herself here. So of course you can actually like tell her, you can actually communicate with her here, like, hey, don't worry, like I'm still here with you. I mean, like, I'm still here whenever you need something. You can actually say like that. This is definitely something that she will be appreciative enough here. But at the same time here is that you don't really have to do much, because I feel like it's just like about being there, because you have to understand here with the way that she is thinking, or the way that she has been, like thinking at this particular point of time here, is that sometimes she tend to be like wanting to be alone. Sometimes, like she tend to be just kind of like thinking, okay, I want to be alone, I want to be, it's more like she has this particular thought or vision or just plan, I would say here, within herself, that she wants to make sure that everyone can appreciate her for what she is. Like, she has this very strong goal, like goal oriented minded, I would say here, the way she is. So, like, she wants to be able to, and like showing people that she's strong enough. She wants to be like showing people that I can do it. Like, I'm strong, I'm independent within myself. And this is what makes her to not wanting to talk to other people, not wanting to get the help in that way. So you have to do it in a certain way here to not make sure that her ego is wounded as well. So this is like a way you have to do it. Yes, you can definitely talk to her. You can definitely like try to, at least say something like, whenever, like she needs a shoulder to cry on, whenever like she wants to share anything here, like she can come towards you here. So it's more towards like that, more of like being there to help keeping herself in balance. Because sometimes, like she can be really really confused within herself here, like she can be having this inner conflict within herself, and just like feeling a lot of like confusion energy coming up more towards into that is what I'm getting here, Swati. And then I've also got the Ten of Pentacles energy coming up here. Progress is definitely going to be there for both of you. There is no doubt on that. Let me pull a time frame. Progress and union between both of you is also going to be there. Having a family in general is also another thing that I've got. Let me pull a time frame. I've got the Knight of Pentacles energy coming up here, a little bit of slow moving energy, I would say here, or at least starting from, I've got late fall energy coming up here, the number 10. 10 weeks, then I can't say 10 days, it's too soon. But yeah, 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months, late fall energy coming up quite strongly here. Late fall energy coming up really, really strongly for both of you here, Swati. So that's it for your reading. Thank you so much for your donation and thank you so much for being patient. I truly appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Jacob. You are too kind. I truly appreciate that. So, Tian, if you are here, you can post your question. And then we'll go. You're welcome. Yeah, she will come back. Okay, so Tian. Okay, when you will be moving into a new relationship? See a time. I'm getting a very strong air sign coming up here, Tian, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I'm also getting the Six of Cups energy coming up here, the reconciliation energy coming in here as well. So there is going to, I mean, like you will definitely be making a decision, I would say here, because on one side, I'm getting a very strong reconciliation energy coming up here, or reunion energy coming in here between you and your DM. I feel like he will be coming back again the moment that you start meeting other people, or the moment that you make a decision like, okay, I want to move on. I want to like opening up myself to another people. And then I've also got a very strong new energy coming up here. Air sign Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Someone, I feel like an air sign, a very strong air sign will be coming in into your life here to be with you with the him like starting up into a next relationship. At this point of time here, I'm getting the number 17 coming up quite strongly. So this can be on October 17, 17 days from now. By maximum, I would say here that I'm getting a very strong beginning of next year. So January, February next year is coming up quite strongly. That is like by maximum is what I'm getting coming up here. I've got the Knight of Pentacles energy coming in here as well. Yeah, you are definitely going to be having like a lot more than one choice, I would say. Yeah, I forgot what is the sign of your DM because I'm also getting another one here. Water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So I would say here at least three people will be coming in into your life. First one here is the reunion or the reconciliation with your person. The second one here is that a very strong energy of air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. The third one here is that water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. At least there is going to be three people coming in into your life here. Beginning of winter, 17 days, October 17, beginning of winter, maximum I would say here around January to February next year is going to be quite significant. It's quite significant for you here. Okay, he's a Virgo, so this is completely like two new person that will be coming in into your life here then. air sign and water sign coming up quite strongly here for you. So the choice will definitely be yours here. At least there is going to be three people coming in here for you, Tian. So yeah, that's what I've got coming in here. Thank you so much for your donation and thank you so much for being patient. Emily, you can post your question. I've been waiting for you. So you can post your question, I'll do yours, and then I'll do Jacob. You're welcome, Tian. A little bit, yeah, Jacob. It depends on the person that I'm reading. I think I think this is something that every psychic or tarot reader will actually go through. I would say here, like when you, when like being a medium, being a tarot reader, being a psychic in general, here we have the responsibility to deliver the news, but at the same time, here is that we have to know the mentality of the other person. Let's say, for example, you have a friend who is a suicidal and you know that her partner is cheating on her. Like, do you actually tell her that, hey, look, your partner is cheating on you? You have the responsibility to make sure that she's not going to do something negative, right? Like to make sure that she's not going to have that, let's say, for example, killing herself here. So there are certain things that we have to do, especially when do like a collective reading. We never know what kind of situation or mentality the other person is at that particular point of time. So it's not about sugarcoating. It's more like making sure that your message is being heard and being understood by the other person. So it's more and onto that. Yeah, that is the challenge, I would say here. Not yet, Judy. I'm still on the donation, but you can post your question. Emily, you can post your question. I'm not sure if you are. Yeah, something like that. You know. Okay, while waiting for Emily, I'm going to do your reading, Jacob. Let's see your first question. Why you have been feeling down today? So why you have been feeling down today, Jacob? So this is your energy here, Jay. I've got Eight of Swords energy coming up here. I've got the Two of Wands energy coming up here, the Moon. I can't necessarily say that she has been thinking negative about you. I feel like this is more of like she has been quite down within herself, feeling stuck. I'm getting a very strong stuck and stagnancy energy coming up for you here. For both of you, I would say here, because this is the center energy coming up here as the Two of Wands. The reason why you're feeling down, the reason why you're feeling a little bit unstable at this particular point of time here is that because she was also been feeling that way. So this is like two-way energy here. At one side, you are actually picking up her energy, and then you are thinking, or you are using that energy as in yours. So I feel like you are picking up her energy where she's actually feeling down. She's actually having this very strong stuck energy and stagnancy energy coming up here, and you are thinking it as in yours energy. So how can you release that, or how can you understand whose energy are you picking? I would say here, next time you're feeling down, next time you're not feeling good within yourself, here try to like stop doing whatever you're doing. Just close your eyes here, take a few deep breaths in, and ask yourself, are all of this energy mine? what I'm feeling at this particular point of time are all of this energy, man. And then just like be quiet, take a few deep breaths in, and then look at your feelings. Do you actually feel much better, or are you still feeling that way? Because if those feelings and those energy are no longer yours, the moment that you ask that, it will be released. So that's when you know that you are picking up her energy rather than your own anxiety, rather than your own fear coming up here, Jacob. Another thing that I've got coming up here is that the Eight of Swords energy coming up. You're feeling stuck and feeling mentally and emotionally speaking. This is what is currently going on with her at this particular point of time here. So it's not that she's thinking negatively about you specifically, I would say here, but she's not really feeling good within herself. A lot of like mental anxiety, feeling tired mentally speaking is also another thing that I've got coming up from her. I've also got, I'm not sure if you know about this. I think I already said this as well in the previous reading as well. I feel like the way that she is, or the situation that she is at this particular point of time here, Jacob, that there are many people, or I would say here, the inner circle around her here, there are not good people, I would say here. You know, like people who are just there to use her, or people who are just there to drain her energy. So this is also affecting her. Like when you are spending time with energy vampires, or if you're spending time with people who are just draining your energy, sooner or later you would just like be feeling stressed. You just will be feeling anxious. This is also is what happening to her. So she herself here already having a lot of anxiety within herself. On the other side here, people around her are just like those who drain her energy, and then this is what, like causing her to feel anxiety, causing her to feel like not really good within herself here. I still get like a new beginning energy coming up here for both of you, but again, the pace that she is going at this particular point of time, especially during this day here, you will, especially during this day here, there's not going to be much movement. Like she's still going to be feeling a little bit stuck. This is why I told you before here to be a little bit patient, because she still does not know how to handle and how to release, like all of this negative energy, negative people around herself. So this is like serving as the main challenge, or serving as the main delay at this particular point of time here. So let's see your second question. Okay, is it working? Is your manifestation working? I mean, I already directly got a very strong yes, but I'm just going to, like shuffle again to see. I've got commitment coming up here. Definitely, your manifestation is definitely working. All right, so yes, your manifestation is definitely working. There is no doubt on that. Here, I've got a very strong commitment energy coming up here. I've also got family, friends, and guides energy coming in here as well. This is basically like divine energy, God, angels, universe, your spirit guides is actually guiding you, helping both of you to come together. The only suggestion that I've got coming up for you here is that first of all, you need to address this dark thoughts energy and the Three of Swords. These two energies basically referring to the way that you are thinking. This is more like the sadness that you have within yourself, fear that you have within yourself. I mean, when it comes into manifestation here, as a normal human being, we will have fear, we will have stress, we will have anxiety. Like you could actually go 7 days feeling really, really good, and then one day you're going to be feeling quite bad. Like one day you're just going to feel like, am I wasting my time? Like what is going on here? So I feel like this is going to be the challenge here. And at this point of time here, you have a lot of fear that, I mean, before you going ahead with your manifestation, even though that yes is definitely working, you have to, like address your fear first. Okay, I have this fear. I know that, like I have this doubt, I have this fear, but you have to keep on telling yourself. This is also the trick coming up here as the Ace of Swords for you here. Jacob is like speaking out here. You have to understand, like you have to tell yourself here, you can have the fear, you can have the doubt, you can have the anxiety, you can have the frustration, whatever you have here, you can have that, But at the same time here, you can also still be successful on your manifestation. So you need to change your mindset here. Like whenever you have the fear, whenever you have the anxiety, you have to embrace it, or you have to understand it just as a part of a journey. Like if you're going on a road trip here, it's not going to be like a smooth road thing. Like you will be finding up some road bump here and there. This is just natural. So same thing as well here with your, like with your anxiety. At this point of time, you have got a very strong feeling anxious, like over worrying, overthinking to a point where you even like losing up your sleep, for example here. So you have to understand that you can still be successful in your manifestation, because I'm getting a very, very strong yes coming up here. You can still be successful on your manifestation. At the same time here, you can still have the fear. So you need to embrace the fear, embrace the anxiety in that way. So do not let it make you feel down. Like whenever you start feeling down, like today, like you have to tell her, okay, it's just normal for me to feel this way. I can feel this way and I can still be successful on my manifestation. So now you are shifting, like now you know what to do. Okay, I have fear, I have this sadness, or I have this anxiety, or just like negative thinking within myself. I have to address that. But even though I'm addressing that, it's not going to be affecting my manifestation in the long journey. So this is how you need to coming in here, Jacob. That is the message that I've got for you. And then your last question, where is she in the healing process? Okay, so first of all, here the message that I heard for her here, I'm getting ego death. So she has to go through an ego death first. At this point of time, her ego is definitely really, really high. I've got coming out very strongly here, though. So the ego death has to happen first. I've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles energy coming up here. This is 100% success, 100%, like success and yeah, success energy, 100% yes, and success energy coming up here. So she will definitely be successful in her whole healing journey. At this point of time here, the ego, the wound that she has within herself here is what that she needs to be working on here. I'm getting a very strong feeling defeated energy coming up here. I've also got the Four of Pentacles energy coming up here. This is where of her at this point of time here is that she is keeping everything within herself. So coming back to the first reading, the first question that I did for you here, suppressing her emotions, suppressing her feeling, making her feeling stuck and making her feeling stagnant within herself. Feel like she has this tendency, like, I am right, I'm not going to listen to anyone else. Again, this is not her, but due to the influences around her here is what I'm getting coming up here. So this is part of her healing at this point of time, opening up herself, opening up her ego. So for that to happen here, whatever wound, whatever, like ego pain that she has been going through here, she has to, like facing that. This is why I've got a very strong feeling defeated energy coming up here. Another thing that I've got coming up is that sooner, I would say here, the people around her, the friends, the family members, the mom that you said here, like she will see, like she will go through a period of time here where she realizes that no one is going to be there to help us stand up. This is where like that very strong feeling defeated energy coming up here. And when that happens, things are going to be like taking off from there on here, from the Jacob. So that is the healing energy that I've got coming up from her. Thank you so much for your donation, and thank you so much for being patient. I truly appreciate that. Mm, no, divine goddess. It's actually a mix of Yorkie and Papillon. I think, yeah, it's a mix. But she's always like that, like whenever I've got a visitor, like downstairs, I've got some family friends come in, and my mom is downstairs. So, like she never likes people come in. Like she's always walking if we have like visitor. It's always been like that. All right, so Emily. All right, so yeah. the update for you, your husband, and that part. I've got happy success coming up here right away for you here, Emily. So this is you and your husband coming up here. Okay, so on the top here is regarding you and your husband, Emily, and the bottom one here is your husband and the third party here. So what is going to be happening between both of you here? I've got a very strong new beginning energy coming up here, and then I've also got happy success energy coming in here for both of you, and then I've got peace energy coming in here. So energetically, things are definitely looking good for both of you here, like new beginning, happy success. I'm getting a lot of more progress coming in here for both of you here, Emily, like comparing to the other previous reading that I've done for you here. Especially when it comes into the communication, even though I'm getting like that is still going to be like a lot of improvement needs to happen. I won't say a lot, some improvement that still needs to happen between both of you here. But when it comes into the communication, when it comes into him opening up more to you, and like just being a family, as in all together being a family here, like the energy is keep on like increasing, like keep on like step by step he is actually progressing into the towards the union, and both of you being a family together again, once again here, Emily. Now looking into the situation between him and the third party here, I've got a very strong conflict energy coming up here as the first as the center energy. So a lot of conflict, unnecessary misunderstanding, unnecessary argument coming up here. They tend to be keeping up a face, or like they tend to be keeping up like pretending everything is okay with the friends, or like just like with the in general, I would say here with the friends. So if even if you, I'm not sure if you are talking to any mutual friend, like even if you talk to any mutual friend here, they may not know that much, because like pretending, I'm getting a very strong pretending energy coming up here. But behind the closed door here, there are a lot of conflicts, if what I'm getting coming up here, Emily. And then I've also got status quo energy coming up here. I doubt that they have a proper communication or conversation going on here, like when they are together, or like yeah, like when they're just like being themselves here. With this status quo energy, I'm getting the energy of like you do you, I'm doing my I'm doing my own issue here. Yeah, I'm doing your reading here, Emily. I'm not sure if you are seeing this. Yeah, I'm doing your reading now, Emily. The update between you and your husband and the third party, right? So on the top here is your energy. I'm getting happy success. I'm getting a very strong new beginning. I've also got a very strong peace energy coming up here for both of you here, Emily. And then I've also got a very strong family energy coming in here as well. So both of you being a family in here once again together. Like things are definitely progressing in that way here is what I'm getting. But for the third party and your husband here, I'm getting a very strong conflict energy coming up here. So I feel like they have been going through a lot of conflict internally within themselves. Like when they are being together within themselves, there are a lot of like unnecessary misunderstanding, unnecessary conflicts going on between both of them. Another thing that I've got coming up here is that with the status quo energy coming in here, this is the energy of like no proper conversation, no proper communication happening between both of them. It's like you do you, I do mine. But they tend to be like keeping up or pretending everything is actually looking good, or everything is actually doing good, like around the friend, either his friend or her friends here. So that is the energy that I've got coming in here between the three of you. The energy between both of you here, I've got a very strong happy success energy. So that's definitely a wonderful energy coming in. And another thing that I've got coming again, I've got very strong conflict energy coming up here between him and the third party situation. Now, when it comes into his energy to you and your family in general here, like moving forward into the future, I've got the King of Pentacles energy coming up here. The King of Pentacles here, that he's actually becoming more grounded and more stable within himself, like almost like a father figure energy, I would say. Like he's starting to understand what are his responsibilities, what are the things that like he has to be doing for you and the family. So it's more like he's coming back into his senses is what I'm getting here. I've also got the King of Wands energy coming up here. This is about how he is reacting, or how he is, and like how things around him and the third party here. With this King of Wands energy coming up here, ego is coming up quite strongly, temper and stubbornness. So I feel like the other person tend to like get into his nerve is what I'm getting coming up here. In like triggering his ego, triggering like stubbornness, like triggering his ego and the temper is what I'm getting coming up here quite strongly. So yeah, conflict is coming up here quite strongly between him and the third party here, Emily. Thank you so much for your donation, and thank you so much for being patient. So I'm going to do the free reading. I'm going to start going from the top. Let's see who is on the top. All right, dear, can you see if he will send you a message in 10 days? All right, when will dear get a message? I've got the number 7 coming up here. I've also got beginning of fall. I would say here 7 days to 3 weeks from now is coming up quite significantly here, dear. Ashwini, what is Amit feeling for you, for both of you? So I'm sorry for hurting you coming up here. Ashwini, and then I've also got I see my future with you, and then I've got soulmate or twin flame. I think I've already said this as well in the previous reading that both of you have a very, very strong soul connection together here, Ashwini. So this is going to be another major confirmation for you here that both of you have a very strong soulmate or twin flame connection coming up here. They are feeling a little bit guilty or just like feeling sorry, I would say here, for how things went down between both of you. I feel like deep down they feel like they have hurt you some way, like one way or the other here. So they're still like, this is like an apology coming out from them. And then I've also got, I see my future with you. So they do want to be with you. The reconciliation or the reunion is definitely going to be that, because the future coming in here between both of you here as well. So that's what I've got coming in here. Okay, Shiva done. Hi, Salma, Amelia, Jenna, Jessica. Is Anthony talking to someone else? I'm not really getting a very strong yes on that, Jessica. I've got the Nine of Pentacles, and then I've also got the Ten of Swords energy coming up here. No, I don't think that this person is talking to someone else. I've got the Ten of Swords energy coming up here. They're actually feeling quite sad, or feeling as if like they have been betrayed here, is what I'm getting. HR, what are his actions towards you? All right, so I've got a very strong new beginning energy coming up here between both of you here, HR. So there's definitely going to be a new beginning coming up here. But at the same time here, this person is feeling extremely overwhelmed, extremely overburdened for some reason. Could be financial situation here, HR. At the same time here, I'm getting like waiting for something. Like I'm also getting the Knight of Pentacles energy coming up here. Even though I do get a very strong new beginning energy coming up here for both of you, I'm getting a little bit of slow moving energy. Movement is there, but a little bit of slow moving energy, because this person is feeling extremely overwhelmed and extremely overburdened. Could be financial situation, could be in general, I would say here, a lot of pressure, a lot of overwhelming energy here. Who else? Divine Goddess, general reading for the month of October. All right, general reading for the month of October here. I've got Kinder Partnership coming up for you here, Divine God. I've got True Love Energy coming up for you here. So I'm not sure if you're single, if you're in a relationship at this particular point of time, but even though you're asking for a general reading, I'm getting a very strong love situation coming in for you here, Divine Goddess. I feel like the month of September here is going to be really significant when it comes into your love situation. Either you are, if you are single at this particular point of time, this is basically meeting up your true divine counterpart or your true soulmate or twin flame energy. I'm getting a very, very strong twin flame energy, honestly, here. So, like meeting up, reconciliation, or like some sort of like you're going to see some sort of like an improvement, I would say, here when it comes into your love situation. I know you asked for a general reading, but it comes in as in love. So something with love is actually happening to you here, Divine Goddess. But Salma, is Rahab loyal with you? Should you be continuing the relationship? I think this person is quite loyal to you, Salma. I've got the Four of Wands energy coming up here. I've also got the Justice energy coming up here. I do not see anything of unfaithfulness coming up from this person, and I think you can actually continue the relationship with him. Libra love. May you know the next action of Sagittarius next week. Next week of Sagittarius to Libra love. So for next week here, I've got the Sun energy. I've also got the Five of Cups energy coming up here. If there has been some sort of like a misunderstanding or miscommunication or unnecessary argument between both of you, either recently or in the past, with this Five of Cups energy here, this is more of them like coming towards apologizing towards you, or just like expressing that they're feeling guilty towards you here. Guilty and regretful energy coming up here. So could be like expressing like they're feeling sorry, and some sort of like an apology towards you here, Libra love. I've also got the Sun energy coming up here. This is a very strong energy of ultimate happiness energy coming up here. Next week is looking good. I'm just getting like some sort of like an apology will be coming in. And if there is like nothing like that happened to both of you here, this is basically talking about like things are definitely going to be looking good for both of you next week. Um, HI messages from your ex-partner higher self. All right, so messages from your ex-partner higher self. I'm getting a very strong fear energy coming in here, HI. For some reason, they're having like a very strong fear within themselves here. And I'm also getting a very strong, I've got the Lover's energy wants to come out earlier, but when I was shuffling here, I've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Tower energy. I feel like your ex-partner here has a very strong mother issue, mother or father, but I'm honestly getting a very strong mother issue coming up here, or not really getting the care, or like not really getting the stability that he could have gotten from their mother, I would say here, like something to do with mother energy coming up here very strongly here, HR, like mother issue coming up, your parents in general here. And I feel like with this Tower energy that I've got coming up here, this is going to be like the shift or the transformation that they have to be going through here. I'm getting a very strong Ace of Swords energy coming up here. This person have a lot of things that they want to tell you or want to be honest and be open to you here. I feel it's just like a matter of time, because at this current time here, they have a lot of things that they need to be dealing with, especially regarding the family issues and family upbringing coming up here, HI. Next is Judy. What does Inda feel towards you? Let's see. What does Inda feel towards you, Judy? I've got you mean the word to me coming up here. I've also got ask and look for signs coming in here. I've also got family issue and family upbringing. The way that they feel towards you here, I've got you mean the word to me. So I feel like they think highly about you. I would say here, Judy, like they have been like a lot of happy memories, or like basically like they're thinking highly about you. Here is what I'm getting. I've also got ask and look for signs. Okay, maybe like whenever you're feeling doubtful, if you're feeling that this person is, like not for you or something like that, here you can actually like ask or pray or like meditate about it. um Judy, so said Chai May, does Ramses love you? Emily, I did your reading. I'm not sure if you actually seeing that. um okay, I'll just message you later when I'm done. Okay, Chai May, does Ramses love you? I would say this person, I would say yes, but at the same time, here is that this person has a lot of issues within themselves. I would say here, feeling extremely overwhelmed, feeling extremely overburdened. I've also got the moon energy coming up here, a lot of suppressed emotion, suppressed feeling. I would say yes, but they might not be the person who open up themselves or open up about their feelings towards you. I would say here, Chimey, but I do see that they do care about you. Mm, Anita. Okay, so the cancer reach out. Okay, congratulations. That's a good news. All right, current feelings of the cancer to you, Anita. I've got I love you coming up here, and then I've also got you are my everything. So this is how your cancer current feelings and emotion towards you. Here, I feel like this person is definitely like love you, or like have a very strong emotional feeling towards you, and they're actually like starting to opening up as well. Like you are my everything. So I feel like things are definitely going to be progressing quite well. So this is how they feel and the emotion towards you, Anita. Hi Sachi, yeah, you can just post your question. Coco channel, will your wisdom teeth removal surgery go well on Sunday? Sorry, on Monday. 100% yes. I've got the Ten of Cups energy coming up here. I've got the Ace of, sorry, I've got the Page of Pentacles. Sorry, the Page of Cups energy coming in here. Yes, it will be well. I feel like I've got the emotional energy coming up here. So maybe you are getting scared, or like emotionally you could be like feeling having a very strong fear. Like just try to calm yourself, like make sure that you're calm and grounded within yourself. So, you know, um, that's what I've got here, Coco Chana. Baby girl Aries, general message. Let's see. Baby girl Aries, I've got celebration coming up for you here. A positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your success, enjoy your achievement. I've also got friendship coming up here as well. Seek out your soul family, surround yourself with positive people, spend more time socializing. I feel like you're being advised, or I feel like throughout the month of October here, you will be meeting up, or you will be getting a lot of new and supportive connection coming up here, or meeting up your soul family in form of friendship. Even though at this point of time, I'm getting a very strong friendship energy coming up here, this can evolve into something else, such as love and anything more than that, like partnership when it comes into career, work situation. But at this point of time, I'm getting a very strong friendship energy only. And then I've also got celebration energy coming up here. A positive outcome is assured. So I feel like there are definitely going to be a lot of room and space for celebration for you to be coming up here, baby girl Aries. Mm, Um, Jay, does Kylie feel like she can't approach me because of her past, or does she know that I already forgave her? All right, let's see what is going on. I would say here because of the past, I've got the devil and again the devil energy and the Hierophant energy coming up here. I think she knows that you already forgave her, but this is more again coming back here to the influences around her is what I keep getting coming up here, especially with this devil energy coming up here, Jacob. It's like even though she knows sometimes like you know something and then other people would be telling you something else. This is what has been happening here, and this is why I've got the world energy coming in here from for her, where she has to close up the chapter completely in a sense that she has to like finally learn her lesson to understand that the people around her does not have any good intention on her here. So I think deep down she knows that you already forgive her, but the only thing that is like giving up the I won't say stagnancy, it's like delaying the whole process to come towards you here is that because of the influences of the people around her. I would say like it keeps coming up quite strongly here, the people around her as well as the ego within herself, so like combination of those two. Sachi, what is the true intention of your ex-boss towards you? There is a very strong ego energy coming up here, the full energy coming up here. I feel like this person wants to offer you something, like wants to give you something, some sort of like a opportunity coming up here, which he hopes or he's hoping that you would actually jump into those opportunity. But is it like something going to be beneficial for you here? I'm not really getting a very strong yes here, Sachi. I've got the Knight of Wands energy coming up here. This person is looking for his own. This person is, I mean, like your ex-boss here. This person is looking for his own best interest, is what I'm getting at this particular point of time. Divine Goddess, what sign? Okay, I think I said to you a new love. Let me just pull a sign here. Let's see what we have. I'm getting a very strong water energy coming up here, but let me just I'm getting a very strong water energy. I've got earth sign, so I would say here there will be two people, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, because I'm getting a very strong water energy coming in here for you. And then I've also got earth sign energy coming up here, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So yeah, there's going to be at least two people coming in here, coming in into your life, Divine Goddess. Okay, Nate, you can post your question, please. Mm, 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 mm. Alright, Yeah, Emily, you were the last person that I did for the donation list before I go into the free question. So like you can just like rewind back to that. It should be like 10-15 minutes ago. So Emily, I think I've missed. I did Sachi. I did Nate. You can post your question. Chime in. I did Salma. I did SS. I'm good. SS. How are you doing? Twin, what lies ahead for you and your person? I'm getting a very strong stagnancy energy coming up. You're feeling stuck at this particular point of time. Twin, I've also got the chariot energy coming in here. So I feel like there is a temporary stuckness, or there is a temporary stagnancy energy before things starting to move forward with you and your person. Okay, Nick, what is the current energy of the connection between? Yeah, I got it, Nate. What is the current energy between the connection of you and them? What should you know about it? even though things at this particular point of time here is either not really moving as much or as fast as you're expecting it to be, I'm getting status quo, a little bit of stuck energy, I would say here, especially when it comes into the communication here. Nate, but I feel like everything is that even though things are not moving forward as fast as you're expecting it to be, or like, even though you're not seeing much progress happening between both of you at this point of time, both of you are actually already in the right direction here, is what I'm getting. Because W again have got Three of Cups energy coming in here quite strong. Like this is something that has been coming in here like quite often, I would say here, Nate. So the karmic situation or third party situation, whatever situation that they're currently in at this particular point of time here, they are healing from that, they are transforming from that, they are like on the discovery process of how to break free from this third party or like from this karmic situation around them at this particular point of time. On your side here is that you have been getting a lot of messages, sign and synchronicities coming up here in your way, like dreaming, for example. Like you could be like just like walking past something and then you see like a certain message that just like kind of like hit you, for example here. Like there are something like that, like there are things like that, like that will be keep on reminding you or keep on like telling you here that, hey, look, you are actually already on the right direction. I feel like that is what you need to be focusing on here at this point of time here. W is feeling quite regretful. There is a very strong sadness energy coming up here, feeling guilty and feeling regretful energy coming up here quite strongly from them. I feel like this is more of them again with this healing and transformation and the discovery energy that they're currently going through at this point of time here, is that they are thinking like they are like starting to feel bad about how things went down, not only with you but in general here in their life. I've also got happy success energy coming up here, so happiness and success as well as milestone is definitely going to be there for you here, Nate. So what you need to know at this particular point of time here is that W at this point of time here is currently going through a healing period or transformation period on understanding on how to break free or going through the karmic lessons at this point of time. Emotionally they are not feeling good within themselves, so if you're feeling down, if you're feeling anxious, or just like in general feeling low within yourself, the reason for that, you might be picking up their energy here, Nate. Thank you so much for your donation and thank you so much for being patient as well. SS, career reading. So one thing that I've got, sorry, the first thing that I've got coming up for you here says that I think you want to be doing something, but at the same time here is that either you are not getting that opportunities to come in into you, like like you are waiting. I keep getting this very strong waiting energy coming up. You're waiting for something. Either you're waiting for a new job, or like even if you're already having a job here, you might not be feeling like completely completely satisfied where you are here. Financially things are okay. I've got like a stable energy here, like not really like losing something energy. I mean, like financially things are okay and stable. I feel like you are waiting for something. And one thing that I've got coming up here is that step up. Like the message that I've got coming up here is that step up energy here. So either like try to do something that you have never, I mean, like I feel like you for example here, like if you are working at this point of time and you're not feeling satisfied on that here, like try to apply for other job. And even when you're trying to apply for other job here, like do not feel that, oh, I'm not qualified for that, so I'm not going to be applying for that here. Like don't think that way. Like just like go ahead and apply for that. The most important thing that I've got coming up here is that as you go on with your life here, you are starting to miss out what is it your childhood dream, like what is it truly that you want to be doing within yourself here. So like try to look into that, like try to go back into what are your dreams, what are like the dream job that you want to be doing here, and why you cannot do that at this time. Like more into that way of thinking is what I'm getting here as Ashley, do I see Andy Sagittarius going back to his ex, or he loves you? So let's see if he's going back to his ex. Okay, so I've got the full energy coming up here, the Six of Cups and the Page of Wands energy coming up here. I do get a very strong reconciliation or reunion energy coming up for you here, Ashley, and then the full energy coming in here as well. I don't see him back with the ex, and even if he, like even if he's like taking a time off here, he will be coming back to you. Is what I'm getting here. I feel like this person definitely loves you, Ashley. So, Daria, will you rank top three in your class? I would say yes. I've got the Ten of Pentacles coming up here and the Sun energy. I'm getting a very strong yes. Love light. Does K think I will forgive him? Does K think that you will forgive him? Eventually, yes, I would say here the Page of Swords energy coming up here. I think this person feels that they can say something like the way that they are talking to you here can make you forgive them. I would say yeah, they do think that you will forgive them. You're welcome, HR. You're welcome, Sachi. And you're welcome, Twin. Kira. Any love coming to you anytime soon? Let's see. Perfect. I'm getting 6 weeks from now or late fall can be quite significant for you here. Fall energy coming up quite significantly for you here, Kira. I'm getting a very strong earth energy coming in here as well. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 weeks to 6 months, and a late fall coming up quite strongly here. Keep on manifesting, keep on praying. There is definitely a new love coming in into your life. Empress of Love. Are there any new opportunities in work coming to you? Are there new opportunities coming in work? Empress. I'm getting spring coming up quite strongly here, Empress, Empress of Love. If you are working at this particular point of time here, this could be referring to a promotion or leveling up, or even like more money coming in, like increased salary, for example, or just like some sort of like an increased benefit will be coming up here. But I'm getting a very strong spring energy coming up here. If you're not working at this particular point of time, this is basically referring to a new job with either a mid or high level job type of job here is what I'm getting, Empress. You're welcome, SS. You're welcome, Ashley. And Love Light Kira. Okay, you're welcome. Let's see who is LMB. What is next for you in love? So I've got the Emperor energy coming up for you here, LMB. If you are single at this particular point of time, this could be like a new person coming in into your life. If you're in a relationship here, this is basically talking about whoever you are with at this particular point of time here is going to be stepping up. I'm getting a very strong stepping up energy coming up here. If you are single, this could be like referring someone who's actually older than you, or there is a significant age gap between both of you here. In general, I would say here when it comes into your love situation, there is going to be someone who is mature and grounded, quite grounded within themselves here, that will be entering or that will be in your life. LMB. Pink roses. Will you be able to manifest the goal that you have with you? I would say yes, but at the same time, you have got the devil energy coming up here. You need to be paying attention either to the way that you are thinking, your mindset, or this could be talking about the people around you. So paying attention to either one of those or both of those. All right, so that's it for today's reading. All right, so that's it for today's free reading, and thank you so much everyone for tuning in. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for those who have donated. I truly appreciate that. And I will, if I haven't answered you or if you missed this particular live session, I will be doing another one tomorrow morning and evening. So I mean, like just look into the schedule. And other than that, have a good night, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Stay safe and be blessed. Bye bye, everyone.